friends, good to see you again. Let's talk about women with the sun in Aquarius today. So anytime we talk about Aquarius, we're going to be talking about a certain amount of quirkiness, difference, or novelty. And when the sun is coming through the sign of Aquarius, that's no exception. So the sun is our vitality. It's how we want to be appreciated. It's a lot of our life force and what we act out, our personal expression, our creativity. It's how we want to have causeless happiness, and our show, our brand of me. The sun sign is not going to tell you everything. You have to look at the chart in its entirety. This is going to be a sliver of personality, and we will and likely will have mitigating aspects and house positions and things. So we're talking about one thing only when we talk about these videos. We're not talking about the synthesis of things, which is how you actually want to look at a birth chart in its entirety. So when we have the sun coming through Aquarius, it is a individualizing energy. Generally, these are not women who readily identify as domestic partners or really, cooperative mates. It's more the identity is built around self-discovery, the pursuit of her best self. There's not so much a search for applause or appreciation for her feminine characteristics as there is with other signs. There will still be a feminine side to women in Aquarius. That will not be missing, but there's a cerebral component to how she thinks herself up. It's not so much based on appreciation for her emotional contributions, but more for who she can become, for her idea of reaching her higher potential. This is a cerebral sign to have the sun in. So oftentimes women will be very, very intelligent with the sun in Aquarius. There's curiosity that can often lead her to really learn about many, many different things. Sometimes there can be difficulties in establishing social contacts, friendships, social systems. Some women with the sun in Aquarius that have, easy signs, more natural confidence in the chart, they can have a quite large group, system, network, and find that quite effortless to build. We can have a different side to Aquarius. All the signs have two potentials, and depending on what, how a woman thinks herself up, so you'd have to look at the entirety of the chart, there can be an isolation or an ostracization or a loneliness that women with the sun in Aquarius can suffer from. A lot of women will deal with that through the pursuit of themselves. So the pursuit of their career, the pursuit of their dreams. They really throw themselves into what they think may bring meaning to their lives. And relationships can often be the thing that they are craving the most, and especially a multiplicity of relationships, having a real network, a community within their lives. But they may not have the confidence or the social skills to achieve that desire. So it's important to look at what is going on with the sun. Some women will really, really shine when it comes to going out in the world and becoming an individual. And other women will find a little bit more of a challenge to find the kind of support or the kind of network, friendships, people that they can feel really help them find that springboard to becoming what it is they really envision for themselves. There can be more oddities in the personalities of women who have the sun in Aquarius. So more, odd rituals. So the quirkiness that we associate with Aquarius can show up in how she arranges things, how she orders and does things. There can be more of a fastidiousness, persnicketiness in the sign of Aquarius. Finding a social cause or something that they can really throw their energy into, something that they can really feel that they can affect or change or have an impact on. If Aquarius Sun Woman can find a way to have an impact, to feel that she's really making a contribution, that goes a long way towards energizing her, towards providing more of a available vitality or energy that she can really run on. Because our sun is our solar power. It's the fuel. It's the type of fuel that we mainly put into our engine of personality and power it. So the fuel is very much about connection and people and a social life and having that sense of purpose through connection with other human beings. Focusing more on our inner development rather than trying to get the people that we feel are necessary, for creating that sense of purpose or meaning in our life. That's a big way that Aquarius woman can really grow and mature and find the kind of audience and the kind of feedback and the kind of validation that she's really looking for. We have to really look within, pay attention to the private life. What is it that is occurring right here at home? So insight is a really big part of what can really bring her the kind of relationships that she's really looking for. The self-esteem can also be greatly affected by the applause, or non-applause, by the reception that others give her. That can affect her sense of self, her self-esteem. There's, again, an identification with the groups or the people around us. So women with the sun in Aquarius do take seriously the opinions and the ways that other people see her. So the sun is potentially at risk of having lower self-esteem in the sign of Aquarius. This is naturally the opposite sign to what the sun rules, Leo, the 5th house. So the sun has a other kind of emphasis rather than an egoic me emphasis when it's coming into Aquarius. So the idea of oneself, the way one thinks oneself up, that's largely coming from that social interaction that women with the sun in Aquarius very, very much crave, and learning to act more out of her ego center, learning to develop her sense of self, regardless of what is going on out there. That's a big part of maturing and developing just a more reliable, self-generated confidence. So I hope that was helpful. If it was, please subscribe to my channel. You can find me on the internet at truthandaspectastrology.com, and I will be back super soon with more videos.